Seeing that we've been very quiet about a lot of things, and today's the day we can finally tell you where we're going. But the really interesting thing about where we're going is actually we aren't doing anything exactly new. We're just going back to our roots and looking back to who we are and where we started, and that's how we're going to deliver our future spirit. And it all starts from one man, our founder, Roger Lynn. Roger believed that he wanted to have a purpose in the market, and that purpose was to innovate. He looked at a PC market where everybody was creating beige cases, very boring, very standard, all the same. And everybody just copied each other's spec all the time. And part of that problem still exists to this day. But 23 years ago, Roger looked at it and said, I don't want to do that. I want to make a difference. And so he created the ATCS chassis. How many of you guys here remember this case here? Anybody here? Show of hands? Excellent. So what you know about this case is exactly that, is that it changed the market and it challenged convention. He basically worked out of an office with just his secretary, worked tirelessly to create a case that everybody said would fail. But what it did was it made the Cooler Master brand. To us, Roger Lynn is a maker. And so as we move forward with Cooler Master, and looking back upon the maker that started this all, what is it that binds all of us together to build a PC? It's a specific spirit that we look at, and it's called that maker spirit. It's something that makes you want to put your hands inside your system and tinker and toy with everything. And that spirit is alive today more than ever. People want to take ownership of their products. People want to make things for themselves. And that's exactly who we build for. And you might be asking, is this a new demographic that we're reaching for? No. Actually, like I mentioned, all of us here are makers, as well as the current customer base that we deal with and the people that we build for. For example, if you go down to our Computex floor, you'll meet Lee Harrington. Lee is a modder who actually takes Cooler Master chassis and creates amazing things out of them. But Lee is also a maker. He used to make model airplanes when he was a young boy, and he still has them to his day in his garage full of stuff. He also made his own company, PC Junkie Mods, where he shares these mods with the public and also his passion through his YouTube channel. Lee Harrington embodies the spirit that we are championing today. If you also go down, you'll meet Dave Cooper. Now, Dave is a very eccentric guy. He's a lot of fun. He actually makes music. He's in a band. But Dave also makes 2D video games. He's making a game called Block Ships, which you can play at our booth today. And he's sharing that passion of 2D games with the world. He also makes courses at the University of Beijing for game design and game development. Dave Cooper is a maker, and again, champions that spirit that we are sharing today. And when we're looking at the forefront of technology, what Computex is all about, showing the latest and greatest, 3D printing is huge. And so we'd like you to meet Lawrence Lee, who's also at our booth with his own 3D printer that he's created, the Atom. And he has the Atom 3D and the Atom 2.0, which he crowdfunded himself. Lawrence Lee is a maker who made something from nothing. And so Lawrence is right now downstairs utilizing our new products to create innovative technologies and share his passion with the world. So that maker spirit has always been with Cooler Master. This is a part of our heritage, our history, and it starts from the very beginning. The man who started it all. And one thing he also noticed about making things is what people really wanted. So it's not just about making things without a purpose. Everything is done for a reason. And what Roger saw was people wanted things that were unique and that people wanted to express themselves. So after creating the ATCS, he saw the stacker as a potential as well. And he challenged the convention when everybody said there's just too many drive bays. No. And the world loved it. And then he challenged design and basically said, I want to make something beautiful, a piece of art. And we introduced the Cosmos, which to this day, in many iterations, is still being modified for people to express themselves in their creativity. So Cooler Master brings all of this together to share some key messages with you today, and all of our makers around the world. We innovate because we want to inspire freedom and enjoyment in people. But what we're doing today, and what we're doing with what you see here at Computex, is we are committed to reinventing the way that PCs are designed, made, bought, and most importantly, used. And so today, I'm excited to share with you our new brand slogan, how we're going to champion this maker spirit, how we're going to develop products to really help you make it yours. Now, this message, make it yours, is something that you see emblazoned across our chests, all around the room, and you'll see it in all materials downstairs at the Computex booth. But what are we showing today that's going to champion this maker spirit? And how are the products really going to push forward through that? Well, it all starts from a very simple frame. It's called the Master Concept. And this is a revolutionary case that we wanted to step back, go back to our roots, look at all the products that started who we are, and basically start from scratch in a way. And I would like to actually show you the first ever version of this. This was created in-house, only through our development team. So now is the time for camera and video equipment to stop, I'm sorry to say.